There have been so many of you asking me which camera of the Sony A7R III and the Sony A7 III is the best one when it comes to video. So I thought I'd share my opinion on which camera I think is the best one as a content creator. Before we begin, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, for supporting me through this channel. It is amazing the kind of growth that we have here on the channel. We have been growing so rapidly lately. The last 28 days, we've been growing with over 800 subscribers. Like 800 of you guys that are watching my content, joining in on this community, having a good time and all that. Like, thank you so much. I just want you guys to know that each and every one of you is like making this so much more fun to do. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me through this channel. And thank you so much for giving me comments, like dropping comments, giving me the thumbs up and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. So I've been using both the Sony A7 III and the Sony A7R III for well over a year now. And I gotta say, like, these two cameras are without a doubt like my personal favorite cameras. I love these cameras. I think they are like so damn good, and there's so much in them that makes it like you just want to go out and shoot, and that is what a camera should be in my opinion. But is there actually a big difference between the two when it comes to actually working with the cameras, like shooting videos? Do you notice a huge difference between the two? Because some people will say that the Sony A7 III is the better camera, and some people will say that Sony A7R III is the better camera. And I did shoot a B-roll, like a whole B-roll sequence, using both cameras. And I want you to look at this and see if you can spot which camera shot which scene. I'm gonna tell you which one it was in the end of the video. Okay, so how many of those do you think that you will get right? Okay, so when it comes to the autofocus of both cameras, I personally do not notice any kind of difference when it comes to photos or videos, or yeah, that's basically all you got. But I don't know, like I can't see any difference of the two cameras or feel any difference when I'm working with both cameras. And I did try to shoot one event with the Sony A7 III, and then I shot the next event with the Sony A7R III, and they perform like the exact same camera, basically. So the reason that I initially went for the Sony A7R III is that I wanted to have the absolute best image quality that a camera can produce, and I bought the Sony A7 III to have as a backup camera if this camera dies. Because if you're working as a videographer or content creator, I don't like the word videographer, I'm not gonna say videographer, but if you're working as a content creator, then having an extra camera is gonna be a crucial fact that you need to have. Because when the microphone jack like did stop working on the Sony A7R III, then I had to send that away on repair, and I had like 3 planned jobs that I had to do, and I didn't have a camera, so had to buy a new camera. So I decided to do a side-by-side comparison of the Sony A7 III and the Sony A7R III to see which one of the cameras will produce the sharpest image. As you can see here, I shot this in 4K 25 frames per second, and the Sony A7 III actually produces just a little bit sharper image than the Sony A7R III. I also shot in 1080p at 100 frames per second, and I gotta say that this is actually where the A7R III looks better than the Sony A7 III. So, did you think the Sony A7 III looked the best, or did you think that the Sony A7R III looked the best? Drop a comment. If I didn't have both cameras, and in hindsight looked back, if I were to buy my first Sony camera, then I would go for the Sony A7 III, because that is going to be the most affordable option for you when it comes to photography and videography, because they are basically the same camera, but the A7R III has a higher resolution sensor and 3 custom modes that you can set on the mode wheel. But that is basically it. Okay, I'm gonna roll the B-roll sequence again, and then I'm gonna include which scene is shot with which camera. So enjoy. thank you so much for watching. Really hope that you enjoyed this video. This was like a short answer to all of you that has been asking me stuff. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it does make a huge difference. And if you haven't subscribed yet, that'd be really appreciated. And until next time, you know, I'm gonna take this in Swedish. Tills nästa gång, så ha det gött, så syns vi. You have no clue on what I just said, right? Okay. Nah, bye. You know what? I'm shooting this on Sony G Master. Okay, I'm not gonna reveal too much. See ya.